Wow, thank you so much for joining us for this another round of the female GRCs, that is College of Education and External Studies. Call it School of Education, the teachers of this generation. My name is Benon Mokwaya. Last time we were enjoying debate between the college chairpersons and it was really hot. It ended so massively. Now I want to join these ladies of substance who are with me today. Honorable Nakasi Rachel with me, Nalwega Maureen, as well as Singer Joy. Before I go any further, I would wish to start from Rachel, right? Rachel, talk to the people, giving us details about you.
Thank you, moderator. Greetings to you all, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nakasi Rachel, a year 2 student pursuing a bachelor's degree in education. I'm an aspiring girl, female girl, School of Education. I'm looking forward for a fruitful debate. Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, yes, please. As we continue to talk to our people, yes, please.
Yes, good evening to you all. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Asinga Joy, and I'm doing a Bachelor of Arts with Education, Year 2, History, RSD. I'm glad to be part of this panel. Yes, I'm aspiring female GRC School of Education, and I'm looking forward to the best debate. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yes, please.
Hola, good evening to us all. My name is Nalwega Maureen, Madam Teacher, and I'm aspiring to be female Garrison School of Education. I'm humbled to be here as well, as we call upon all our education students to be served by Nalwega Maureen, Madam Teacher. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so very much too. Now I want to start with you delving into stories of becoming the female GRC School of Education. Why do you think we should endorse you, vote for you as the GRC? Yes.
Thank you, moderator, for that question. Well, I guess that would simply be in accordance to what my manifesto would be, and I'm championing purposeful leadership in alignment with humility, integrity, commitment, and a clear intent. And I beg that I may break that down. When I talk about integrity, I draw us to a path where we are supposed to do things rightly. We see very many things that are really not going on rightly at School of Education, and I believe we can actually put them right if in case we work with the right teams and we reach out to the right authorities that are supposed to address these things.
What are those things that are not going on well?
I guess we all know about them. One of them are the recurring issues that we encounter at School of Education, and those are the missing marks, the unstable Wi-Fi, the mental health breakdowns, and the burnout of the students. Those are all issues affecting our students, and we really would want to work them out to see to it that everyone gets the great study environment at School of Education.
Many people have been clicking on mental health.
Yeah.
I want to first understand how many, in estimation, girls join Cs per per admission, and how many boys come in. And when we talk about mental illness, which gender is affected most? Yes.
I wouldn't want to give in the statistics of our students as per mental health concerns, because we actually experience these challenges as the students. We don't have to sideline between the men and the female, even when I'm a female GRC. Because yes, men will not speak out, but they go through these challenges. Only that the women are so emotional and they open up. I've been serving as the C's spearhead I'm a peer buddy at School of Education, and I've been given a chance to be opened up to by very many students as they adjust to their challenges, the harassments, the burnout, the stress. Because now we are students, the pressure you get. So these very many challenges can actually be addressed, but the students who don't know where they can go and maybe address their issues. The counseling center is just after our school, but people do not know about it, and people keep dying silently and burning out and facing all these challenges, and they do not know how best they can address them. However, as a leader, it would be good of us if we created that awareness at our college, not for people to die alone, just to create that could I call it an environment that favors all the students to come and maybe talk about their challenges to be solved, and school will be good for them.
What are the harassments that you people face, and how do they affect your progress?
Well, harassments may not be objective per se, but different people go through different harassments. Now, as leaders, and mostly female leaders, sometimes you are subjected to, I really don't want to say the word, but I guess harassment has in things that come with it. So, in this leadership space in which we are, female students, I would want to say that they face such challenges where maybe in some sort they would want some people in the space to maybe rally behind them as they secure this win, which is actually not a very good thing. But at some point, it's the only resolution to it. So I guess because people do not come out to speak about these things, it simply happens and it ends there. And people are not given platform to talk about it, or even they are not secure if in case they talked about it, what would happen to them. You get the point. So that protection, that way of maybe disclosure, that is really discomforting, and people people do not get the opportunity to come out and talk about it. Away from the leadership space, the students themselves. I want to bring it to your notice that a 22-year-old can actually be raped. Yeah.
So you
They
want to
are
say
big
they
enough.
are victims within the college?
Exactly.
By who?
It could be fellow students, it could be the male gender, anyone can do that. It only depends on how best we carry ourselves with the people. And I would want it to bring it to your notice that we are actually dealing with drug addicts, we are dealing with people with different mindsets, and you never know who leads you where. You get, this would come along, but how do you solve it? How do you go about it? How are you going to see to it that your mental health is going to stay stable and you're going to study even with this with us? You get the point.
Okay.
So the matter of addressing these factors and to see to it that how do we deal with them, how best do we work even after them, is the point.
All right. Now let me jump to the next candidate who is going to share her views relating to her candidature, and that is Joy. Joy, what do you have for us as we come closer to the guild representative?
Yes, thank you once again. My name is Asinga Joy, and I'm aspiring female GRC School of Education. Before I start, I would first actually define what the GRC stands for, and that's Guild Representative Council. And I've just realized that we all, as the candidates, we are I don't know, but we are defining that post in a different way. A GRC, one of the roles of the GRC is legislating or making is the sole legislative or sole legislature of the guild. In this, I mean the GRC is there to at least is the student parliament, I would say, when it comes to the GRC position or post. But at times I've realized that we are defining the roles of the chairperson, we as the GRC, the roles that the chairperson are meant to do, we are the roles that we are aiming to do. And in this, I realized that most of the leaders are being crucified, because you find that someone comes for the GRC post, and when maybe that person goes through, and does not fulfill what he or she promised to the students, is going to end up being crucified.
So
But
how are we sure that you'll fulfill?
yes, that's where I'm coming. So my role is, okay, I will start with my agenda. My agenda focuses on 3 points or 3 priorities. In this, I will say the students' welfare, and second, I will speak about the fees policy, and thirdly, I'll speak about the student representation. Yeah. So in this, I'll say, when it comes to the student representation, it's my role to represent my school and the college at large in the Guild House. For whichever concern that the school is facing, I don't address it at the college level, but I address it in the Guild House, because the guild is answerable to the guild. That's what I can say. But at times we bring in just like I said, we bring in the roles of the chairperson, that I'm going to bring the bus. That's not the role of the DRC, because there's no way you're going to advocate for the bus, you as the DRC. There's no way you're going to engage the administrators, you as the DRC, to bring that bus. But you rather, at least I would say, you rather at least engage with the college chairperson, working hand in hand, the DRCs with the college chairperson, to at least advocate for all those core concerns, or address the concerns that the school is facing. I'll start with the student representation, just like I said. My aim is, I'm not going to just speak about the concerns that we, the teachers, are facing. I've faced a challenge that during this time, or during this period of course, campaigning, you encounter people, and they're like, what are you going to do for us? Like, what's the new thing that you're going to do for us that maybe the current leaders have not done? I'll start by saying there is no things that we are going to promise. Honestly, that's me, according to me. But we are speaking about these very things that our leaders, the current leaders, have been speaking about. Just that maybe the manifestation may delay. Just that maybe that the time of fulfilling such or achieving those things may delay. But that does not mean that we don't speak about them. Someone comes up and say that you guys, you have the same manifestos. You're going to talk about the canteen. You're going to talk about the Wi-Fi. But indeed, we don't have them. That's it. We don't have the stable Wi-Fi at the School of Education. We don't have the canteen. And that's addressed at the students' welfare. When it comes to the canteen, a lot of students are suffering there. You find that someone wants to get something to eat, but again has to move to complex, has to move to choose to get something to, has to move to Lumumba. Yet it is a hollow college, or it's a school which maybe should have its own canteen. In this, I'm not going to engage I personally the administrators, but I have to address such an issue in the guild house with the guild president, who will be elected by then. So please forwarding these issues, that maybe even my fellow candidates at least understand the roles of the DRC. We are here promising people, but again, those things are not going to be fulfilled, and they are going to crucify you. Honestly, you're going to tell them, I'm going to
away. Though we talk about these things that we are talking about, we are going to do, as I said, Wi-Fi, canteens, such things. Yes, we talk about them, though it's not our role, but still, we have to work in hand with the chairpersons, the CGCs, so that they are put in place. So you also see that at our college, there are a lot of things that are not moving on well, as everyone sees that. We have an issue of computers. How I wish, when I joined this university, I thought to have computer skills as a course of its own, but surprisingly, I didn't find it. So most of the things we just learn them by ourselves. So that, I think, they have to, maybe it has to be put in place. We also see the issue of the fees policy. Yeah, we can work upon it, we can talk about it, but to put it in action, it's not us to put it in action. We can just talk about it and maybe always discuss about it with the administrators, plus the guild house, but it's not us to put it in place.
Why are you giving yourselves a lot on in as far as service is concerned?
No, it's not giving yourself a lot on, but there are some things that we really promise, but it's not us to put them in place.
So it's like building castles in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
So remember, this thing is all about hierarchy. Yeah. You can't just come from here, you go to the vice chancellor and you're like, me, I want this. That can't be. You have to move in steps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it all you have for the students?
No.
Any other thing we can note before we go for the next thing?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Rachel. Now, I want to first inquire from you people. I had stories where people have been admitted for education, ECD, secondary, that is arts sciences, but are not interested in the courses they do. As a female GRC, how are you going to ensure that the girls are interested and proud of the teaching profession when you happen to be the one next, starting with you, Rachel?
Sorry. About that, this thing is not all about only girls. Like, we are going to be leaders, though they say female GRC, but we are not only going to be leading girls. We are not going to only be serving the girls. We're also going to be serving almost the whole college, both genders.
Okay.
So these people who didn't, mostly, yeah, when you talk about it, that's right. Some people don't like the course, but
why
can,
don't they love the course?
It depends, because when you apply, sometimes you have a lot of courses, that choices you have put there. So when they choose for you education, and you, lucky of us, me, I loved the course. Yeah, so I was very happy. But some people didn't like it, but they can get motivation. They can be motivated. They can be motivated in a way of, this comes from some of the lecturers who teach us. They can keep on the first lectures, they can motivate us in what they are teaching us. And when you come to the college, when you come to the college, the things that are put there to, like, talk about the sessions, some sessions to talk about that course more, like those workshops to talk about the course, like to tell them why would they, the importance of that course, like why would they be interested, what should motivate them, what has to motivate them more, and also to tell them the good things they are to get from that course.
Okay. Yes. The next candidate, that is Joy. What are you going to do to make the boys and girls love education? Because we believe this is an initial investment that you've made to your future, and we are here to receive that nurturing so that we go and flourish in the world. Yes.
Okay, thank you once again. Yeah, I'll start by saying that I myself never loved the course when I joined the course. I applied for several courses. Specifically, I applied for law, and I actually did the pre-entries here, and I never got the pass mark. And I applied to other universities, but because of different reasons, I ended up coming to the College of Education. But here I am right now. I can't say that right now I don't love the course. Of course, we do have different dreams. More so when we are still in high school, we always hope for different things. And I'm very sure out of 100%, I think it's only 30% or 25% of people who hope to come for teaching or to enroll for the program of maybe education. But of course, it depends on the environment that we live in. When I joined the Makerere University, specifically the College of Education, like everything was new and everything was overwhelming. And with that, I ended up hating the course the more, though I never liked it in the start. But again, I ended up hating the course the more. So, but of course, it took me 2 months. I could come and sit in the lectures, but I didn't have that love for the course. And actually, it really gave me a difficult time to at least to sit down and maybe adjust and start understanding what the lecturers could teach. But yeah, I'll get back to what I'll say, that the environment. Yes, we come with different perspectives, but again, we find people. It also depends on the people that you interact with, the people that you engage with. You can maybe find a group of people and they make you hate the course the more, and again you find people who make you love the course. So I would say we always have the orientation program, whereby every beginning of the year, I would say the academic year, we always have the orientations for year 1, and of course people are oriented. And we have the programs, like she said, the mental health programs, whereby some people, though it's not that helpful, I would say, but some have been helped, and they have at least been able to fit in the environment. So with this, I would like to say that as we move this journey, we always have different perspectives, we always have different dreams, but again we have to face the reality, what the reality is. Okay. When it is maybe that the teaching profession that has maybe located you, then you have to at least accept the reality, because you're not going to sugarcoat things that maybe you talk to them. It starts with you the person. It has to start with them and maybe the people they engage with. Thank you so much.
Okay, let me now engage my friend here. Yes, please, Maureen, how are you going to make sure that you engage them despite the 75% of the population that is mentally sick? Yes.
Well, to divert away from my colleagues, well, I've always dreamt to are studying in to make these guys love their education. When you come to School of Education, it's not the best college, but I guess we can actually do better with it. Very many colleges are having coffee meets and greets, and it is bringing about unity. Do we have a space at School of Education that unites all the teachers, that come and talk about maybe issues concerning teachers? What do we do to see to it that our course is getting better? We need to get activities that can connect us together and make sure that the profession is actually loved. Away from that, we can talk about the inspirations. Because I love education, if I ever met a student that is in year 1 and they never liked the course, I would make it a point to myself that I make them love the course, right from how I conduct myself, the way I brand myself, my teaching subjects. Oh Lord, I am so proud to be a literature and English teacher. That one, I say it raising my head high. So by all reasons, you are supposed to give them, if in case you get a chance and meet that student that is not so much engaged into the course, talk to them. Give them all reasons to love the course, and surely I am quite certain they'll get in, like they'll get involved. Then thirdly, you're talking about the ECD, early childhood development. Now those guys, I guess everyone that applies for that course really likes it, because nursery teaching is on market nowadays. Those guys are getting a lot of money. Nursery
Sure?
Yeah, exactly. Daycares. You're going to take a child to a daycare, they're asking for
Is the money
1.2.
for directors or teachers?
Oh Lord, they also pay them.
Okay.
Yeah, they are paid money away from the ECD. I mean, away from the early childhood development caretakers. The policy has just been passed that salary is going to be increased to some good amount of money. That is already inspiration. It is already motivation for the occupation, for the career. So I guess we have more reasons to love the career. You get this thing of teachers are not what, teachers are poor. It is fading off. It is actually, we're told it's going to be one of the most highly paying jobs in Uganda. Why wouldn't you be a teacher, for God's sake? So you have more reasons to be a teacher. Finally, she was talking about the environment at School of Education. I guess it can also be a point increasing. I mean, making sure that the facilities at School of Education are really are really on point. When you talk about our CH, the public address system, it's just there. You know, the sockets. We've been shouting over and over again about these things. But if in case we worked upon them and saw to it that we make everything better, the washrooms, oh my God, they're so devastating. When we work upon all these things with the administration and our co-leaders, I believe school will be the best place to be.
Okay, starting with you, can you choose any of the candidates and shoot one question so that we understand his or her competence, because they're all ladies? Yes, can you shoot any question to any candidate? And since I think since we have 3, you could ask each.
Each.
Okay, you can shoot one for each.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay. My first question will go to Asinga. It is always a great opportunity to engage in a campaign. Like, it takes energy. It takes all its efforts to stand and be like, okay, now I am going to stand for this position and I'm going to work hard to see that I get there. What do you think we really need to do at School of Education that can put us in a better space as teachers?
Yes, please, Honorable. They are saying, what can we do as teachers? What can we do as teachers to ensure that our well-being, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and simply I would say, just like she said, as she was actually narrating, we have to first love our profession, we as teachers. And actually that will drive us to at least to a better place. Because if you love what you do, even people outside will love actually your profession. Just like we admire the lawyers. How have you used that post to at least, I don't want to phrase it like that, but how have you used the position of Deputy Prime Minister Mesa to create awareness at the School of Education? Awareness at the School of Education, be it academics, be it the well-being academics, be it the well-being of the students. And okay, I will stop there. I don't want to. And okay, I will stop there. I don't want to.
And it's well. I love the fact that everyone that sits here is attacking. I would call it attacking because it's the word. The incumbent leaders, as I would call them. Well, you guys, and it's pretty funny that the people who are attacking have not been there. Like, they don't know what it takes to be a leader in your year one and you're a deputy prime minister. That is why they have it all upon themselves to feel the mandate to ask such questions. But nevertheless, I will answer your question. Well, the roles of a deputy prime minister is simply to deputize the prime minister. And one of my roles, one thing that I was really fostering was mental health, like I earlier talked about it. And we've actually tried to establish as many as we can peer buddies that can reach out to the students and see to it that the mental health of the students is actually well catered for. Well, away from that, we're talking about the learning spaces or academics, we've tried to advocate for the outside learning spaces. Those are the benches, the study discussion, seats just around School of Education, not to prevent the overstanding of students while they're waiting for lectures in CH and as they get out. Well, when you go and advocate for these things, they will not just do them. You talk about them, you sit with the authorities, you talk about them, and they'll give you their word about it. They'll be like, okay, we shall see to it. We shall do this, we shall do that. You're not going to wake up one day and be like, you know what, let me get my money and do this. We are doing our best. Actually, that is one of the reasons I think I best suit this position, because I have been in that space. I know what it takes to go and pin these people about something and they do not do it. Who are you going to address it to?
Pin which people?
How best decorum? How best do we lobby for funds to do such things? You get the point. So it's not about how are you using your position. It's about what criteria are you using to get these things done. You get the point. She talked about bureaucracy, the hierarchy at which we are. To some positions, you cannot lobby for some things. You cannot do some things in your position. That is why I'm actually coming, as I said, for your support.
My high school, I was the chairperson of the Christian fraternity. My A-level school, and even I was the assistant head girl. Like, I've been a leader, and I believe that I can at least take the lead still to lead my people. I'm here to serve, and I'm here to learn actually, because I'm open. I'm open to maybe to learning. I'm open to correcting me where maybe I've gone wrong. So that's why I stand to come as the female GRC School of Education.
Okay, so thank you so very much. Now I'll only give 1 minute to each one of you to send greetings to your voters out there and anything you would wish to pass through this platform, starting with you, Rachel.
Thank you. As I introduced myself, my name is Nakasu Rachel, and I'm aspiring for Female GRC School of Education. I believe leadership is not all about power, but it's about service. I'm ready to serve the teachers. I'm ready to serve the teachers, and I pray and I really request for their votes, and also to allow me be their voice at the College of Education. Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yes, but before you go off, what has your predecessor not done? And when you see it on the chair, what are you going to start with? Yes.
They promised us a lot of things, and Aisha said, as Maureen has said, that you have to be patient. So me as a person, when I get into that position, I will build with what they've left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me continue to the next person. I think you'll start with the same question before we go to the next one.
The question
Yes.
is,
What has your predecessor not done, and what are you willing to start with?
just like I said in the beginning, that yes, the roles of the GRC is actually to legislate, and with this, I would say the reason as why people actually term that thing that people have not worked is that when we leaders, when we are aspiring, we promise people different. We promise people that things we are not meant to promise them. The roles that we, the GRCs, are not supposed to do, they are the roles that we promise to the students. And in the end, you find them so that maybe the students want to see the things that the people promise to them, and yet it's not the people that may be the leaders who promise them to actually to implement those things. So according to me, I would say these people have worked. Only that there are, of course, there are things that maybe have not yet manifested, and we cannot actually acknowledge that they have not worked, but we just have to continuously advocate for them. We just have to continuously address those concerns because they are still in place and they are not yet addressed. We have not yet achieved them. Thank you so much.
Okay, then I'll pass it to the last person here. What has your predecessor failed to do and you're willing to start with that very thing?
Thank you. I guess my submission will not be any different from my colleagues. It's just a matter of being consistent and advocating for these same things that are affecting the students. It is the concerns of the students at the moment that will guide my first steps in power or in position, I would say. Because we are still encountering the issue of the missing marks. We will not say they didn't do anything about them, but we are still encountering the issues of missing marks, the issues of unstable Wi-Fi signals, the issues of what do I talk about now? The outside learning spaces, all these challenges are still being faced. The mental breakdowns, the pressure, all these things are still in existence. It's just a matter of addressing them effectively to the variable authorities that are supposed to address them consistently, committedly, passionately, and they shall be addressed. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Now I want to, you people, we have an audience before us, apart from the electronic one, those watching us from far. We also have a physical audience, and I wish to actually engage these people. Yes, can I receive a question from that side? For matters of clarity, you'll start with your name.
For privacy, I won't say my name, but I'm also a student of CIS, specifically School of Education, and I'm also a teacher of literature and English. But I have two questions, and I won't choose who is to answer.
Okay.
But if you feel like you're eligible, you have the capacity, please answer. My first question is, for the previous regime, we had series of complaints when it comes to lecturers bringing about confusion when it comes to class representatives. Like, you students, you choose your own class representatives. You reach into a lecture room and the lecturer chooses his or her own class representative. But remember, with time to come, your class representatives are supposed to, who are coming, you're not going to repeat the same mistake. You're not going to bring about division, because to assure you right now, School of Education is really, really divided to an extent that we cannot even have a clear leader to come up and be like, we as the CIS people or the School of Education, we are coming up with solidarity, we are supporting a candidate, so and so. Rather, we are going to divide ourselves into 3 or 2 parts. And you'll be like, no, me, I'm going with Hannah, me, I'm going with Kadondi, me, I'm going with Dangote, me, I'm going with Chaja, which is really bad. It gives us a bad face when it comes to the whole university. So as the incoming ladies, because I love talking about women empowerment, how are you going to deal with this solution, and how are you going to fight so hard that you bring back that solidarity at CIS and you take away that thing of creating cocoons that are going to bring confusion to your learners? I remain so and so, and I'm a finalist. Thank you.
Okay, so how are you going to maintain solidarity when you go through? Who is eligible to answer this question? Yes, please.
Yes, I'll answer the last question about the cocoon, just like she mentioned. Yes, actually, that's very true. At the College of Education, we have faced this challenge. There are people who have turned out to be gods, I would say, in quotes, at the College of Education. They call them so. They are, of course, I won't say they call them so, but they are influential, if I may say. And they are using their power to actually to manipulate.
Out of the country, but his influence is still within the country.
Then it goes back to the students. How have we conducted ourselves? Have we involved them? Because we have to first involve them to take lead in our politics. Yes, please.
Okay, any other? Oh, yes. Let's also, okay, any other? Oh, yes. Let's also have Maureen.
Well, my submission is quite different from hers because I believe it's kind of unreliable. The people we are talking about, you all know, and it's a lie that they are finalists. I mean, all of them are not finalists. They have planted trees that are made to grow. I mean to say they are leaving lines behind of the people that are supposed to go just after them. And the problem is not them, the people. The problem is the ideology we are spreading around. I mean, what is pushing these people? If we are meant to cut them down, if we are meant to contain them, if we are meant to bring about the unity, what are we going to do about it? What is the ideology behind it? What do we do? I mean, what measures are we putting in place to see to it that we do better? Like, have we engaged with them and gotten to know what they mean to do? I mean, how best do we bring about the unity at School of Education? What are they planning to do that we can maybe as well buy as a rest of the students and be able to bring them on board? It's just a matter of getting to know all the ideologies, add them together and see to it that we unite at School of Education. It's not a matter of segregating them or sidelining them. It's a matter of bringing both sides together and see to it that we liaise with them and bring up a collective or a united School of Education. Not done anything. This is just realistic. Why would you complain about something that you've not worked for? You get the point. Yeah, there's nothing like sugarcoating or maybe building castles in the air and telling them, no, we shall have equal representation and equal distribution of funds. There's nothing like that. You get for what you work for. Simple.
Thank you so much. Rachel, do you have any submission or we close the chapter? Okay, thank you so very much. These are the candidates for the female GRC School of Education. I think you've heard from them, and the choice is now yours. My name is Benon Mukwaya. Thank you so much for being with us from when we started this wonderful conversation up to when we are coming to an end. I'm an education journalist as well as social somebody who is always there to give you all you need. Moki Media, like, follow, comment, but don't forget to subscribe. Other things later. Otherwise, first things first. I wish you well in your race. You want to seek for votes? Yes. Before I go? Okay, let's grant that permission. You can ask for votes.
Well, my name is Nalumega Maureen, Madam Teacher, aspiring female GRC School of Education. I'm humbled to be here. And as we leave the platform, I kindly seek for support from all the education students at School of Education to rally behind me as we foster an inclusive environment with humility, and we are guided by integrity. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening.
Okay, yes.
Yes, good evening. I remain Asinga Joy, aspiring female GRC. Yes, we are voting on the 9th of April. I kindly request you to cast your ballot in my favor, in the favor of Asinga Joy. Vote for transparency, integrity, and inclusivity. Vote for capability, not money. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hello, good evening, everyone, singers. My name is Nakasi Rachel, aspiring for GRC School of Education. I'm here to request for your votes. I promise to serve you with power, energy, and also honesty. And also, I promise to be a servant leader to you, ready to serve. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so very much. My producer was telling me not to